Hi everyone, my name is Rishad. Today is the 10th of November 2024. I'll be going over my weekly prediction for Tesla. As usual, I'll be going over the monthly, weekly, and finally the daily charts. And then I'll switch over to the Excel sheet where we'll review last week's prediction and go over this one in more detail. But before getting into the video, it is important to make the disclaimer that all information here is completely educational, and therefore it is important to conduct your own analysis, whatever analysis that may be, to ensure that you're comfortable with the risk, reward, and trading style, since you may not be with mine. This video is simply a log of my predictions with their rationale, not any type of investing guide or trading guide. So do keep that in mind while viewing this video. Now, with that out of the way, monthly charts we can see are quite erratic for Tesla. In the short term, short intermediate term, Tesla has been in an uptrend, and that's good. Since this was a downward wedge, and they do tend to typically break out upwards, and we see that this upwards breakout has been successful, since we would have easily made that kind of 16-15% target, and it continues to go up. And especially this last week, due to due to Donald Trump's presidency win, it fueled Tesla's huge rise in stock price, and actually its market cap is finally above $1 trillion for the first time since 2022. So this is a big deal. However, volume we can see has been declining throughout here, and there was a spike up in this candle. After that, volume started to decline again. RSI is sort of confirming this price action, which is overarchingly bearish. From here, we can see this. It does support the price action that we're seeing. MACD actually has crossed over, which we can see, and it is. The candles are bullish as of now, so technically this is correct. Weekly charts we can see, very similar. We had a top here, but it didn't, break the neckline, so we didn't have a bearish signal there. However, the past few weeks we can see have been extremely bullish for Tesla. We had a huge bullish candle here, big bearish candle, and then this week, of course, we can see. So it's quite erratic. RSI does reflect this as well, but the MACD just does show that we are still bullish. However, the histogram had peaked here, started to go up again, peaked, and we are up again. So we do need to see that some more, but overall, technically, there's no crossover, and there's still a bullish inclination in the weekly charts as well. Similarly, daily charts to show this thing in more detail. A bunch of gaps. You can see there was a huge gap here. This is where we had that big bearish candle. This week we can see extremely bullish. RSI shows this. MACD shows clearly that we're bullish, and it has been bullish since here. Which means that if you had just followed this MACD and RSI signal, then you would have made a lot of money. But that's all we can see. There's no particular candlesticks to watch out for. A bunch of gaps. In fact, if you want to do this, since this is a candlestick, you should actually be making a rectangle here. Since this here is price action, which is a gap that hasn't been filled by price yet, and if price does end up going here, then we have another sell signal. And in fact, we can approximate this a little bit. So this is around the rectangle that we're looking at. Similarly, there is one here as well. But this was a gap down, which we can see technically wasn't filled. So actually speaking, this is an island reversal. It went down, gap, up again. So we can see this is, again, very typical of what happens in island reversals. And we can see we have this type of pattern here. Now, Excel, last week we did make a profit. Of course, you feel free to look through that. The numbers are all here for you. This week we will buy when it crosses 328.71 and sell when it falls below 314 with a target of 2% and a trailing stop loss of 1%. If neither the target or stop loss are hit, then we will close on Friday. The weekly trend currently is, I'll say neutral for now, but if the next week is bullish, I will change this. And the monthly trend is bullish. I should change this as well. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Enjoy, and I will see you next time.